are live at 5:30 slash 7:30 from the Piranha Pond. I want to welcome everybody to the Piranha Pond Streamcast. I am your illustrious host, Kingfish Mac, joined as usual by the piranhas in the goddamn pod. To the left of me, the best of me, my brother, Mr. Cookie Monster, Mr. Nun Flyer. What's happening with you, baby boy?
What up, world? I hope you guys are all having wonderful evenings. Yes, sir.
Down below, my other bro, Mr. Nick Nass. Hard to find. What's going on with you, baby boy?
Oh man, just maxing, relaxing, not nitpicking but sticking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that. Sticking to the script,
That's
baby.
right. And you guys know who brightens up the pine, brings the bling bling. My beautiful cousin, Miss Nick Mo, out in the
Hey everybody.
wilderness. You look
Wow.
like you out there
You
with Nick
said,
Nass or something.
you
Getting
said,
outside.
waiting for the Bobcats to run behind you and shit.
Bam.
Uh-oh.
Waiting on them.
So we've been gone for a minute, about a week or so. And I guess the latest thing that's been going on, or that's been talked about in the news, is the passing of Kevin Samuels on last Thursday. I think we found out about it Friday morning, or was it Thursday evening or something. In any event, Kevin Samuels, those who do not know, was, I guess you can call him a controversial YouTuber in the manosphere, black dating politics, relationship politics space. He has some very direct and pointed opinions on relationships, men's responsibilities, women's responsibilities, and the lack thereof. Um, Turned out he went viral. A lot of people disagreed with him. A lot of people agreed with him. And one thing is for certain, he did spark the conversation. Um, I think part of that conversation, we are in the space having that conversation as well. Um, Died of a heart attack in Atlanta. He's 57 years old, right about my age. Um, and for
Nope.
lack of anything else, he left a mark. During the pandemic, we learned a lot about ourselves and a lot about the way that we communicate. We certainly took particular stances in terms of what him and people like him, Kevin Samuels types, have to say, as well as some women that may have been to the extreme in their positioning on the other side of things. So rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, and unfortunately, the week's worth of social media and mainstream media fuckery is what brings us to our point today. So Kevin Samuels died, and for lack of a better word, I don't want to paint all sisters with this brush, but the extreme sisterhood was in the street.
They canceled him, Frank.
Can y'all
I
see
think
it?
you froze. Kid, you froze?
Yeah, they canceled him. That's
No, I'm
messed up.
here.
All right,
Oh.
good.
Well, what I think was, you
Y'all
know,
didn't hear me?
Nope.
Nah, for a second.
that
What was the last
last
thing y'all
part,
heard me say?
unfortunately.
What was
Last
the
week,
last thing I said?
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, the fuckery of the mainstream media.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that seemed to seemed to be a lot of backlash, a lot of celebrating. Um, for, like I said, for lack of a better word, or lack of a better description, and certainly not to paint a broad stroke on all black women, but it really just seemed like the sisterhood was out in the street popping confetti and bottles and doing flip flops and some more shit about this man dying. Mind you, he did not die one of those, oh yeah, I told you so karmas of motherfucking deaths. He didn't die,
I mean, Key, he went
out
out
was
like
doing some.
Mister. He went out like Mister. He had a heart attack on top of a
He had a
woman
heart attack. Yeah.
in
Well,
doing
we don't
sex.
even know if it was on top of her. From all
She was.
reports,
We just know she was there.
it was the next morning.
Well, I'm
But
sorry,
we can roll with that. We can roll with that because I'm
but
definitely
okay,
with that. That has always been
All
the
right,
way
that
that I
sounds
said it.
better.
I want to go. You know
I
what I'm
will
saying?
Yep.
That
say this.
sounds even better.
When
At
I
least it
heard
wasn't
So
a man.
my
good,
question before we get to our individual opinions on it is, for me, is it appropriate to celebrate a person's death as though they were Hitler simply because you have even a varying difference of opinion from that particular person? Or is the positioning and the voice of people like Kevin Samuels, is it so dangerous to the sisterhood that these voices must be stamped out at all costs? Now, talk to me, Piranhas.
no, I
First
said
of
what I.
all, okay,
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
want
say
to say this since I'm the only woman on the pond. I will say this: when I heard of his passing, the first thing I said was that I hate the fact that well he died in that light. We ain't get to the point to where he wasn't around enough to like get over that hump with women. I'll just say women, as a whole. But no, I don't. No, I didn't. I don't. I didn't even hear about how you said women was popping confetti in the streets. But I initially said that I hate that. You know. I was. I hate that his. I hate that his passing was was going to have that effect. Like like his lack of empathy or sympathy towards women. I hated that that was going to be a stain on his death because immediately people started looking at the sisters like, how y'all feel about it? And I was like, well, now we going to carry this because of maybe his lack of empathy and sympathy. Now it's stained on us like, what the fuck y'all gonna do? Y'all happy, y'all sad, y'all mad, y'all glad. It couldn't just be the morning of someone's death, which it just should have been, and stuff like that. I hated that. I already knew that. And then the fucked up part about it was that I think when he initially had passed, somebody was like, hurry up and do the autopsy because women and you know how they felt about him. And I hated that women was going to have that fucking mark, for his bullshit. Death is death and it's not supposed to be celebrated. And I was sad to hear him die. But I hated that it was automatically going to be like, okay, put the spotlight on the women. I hated that.
Well, well, I would, I would be able to kind of sympathize with you if it had happened like that, but that's not what happened, right? Like no man came out and said, or no group of men were out talking about, oh yeah, now I know you women that were opposed to him is glad he's dead. What
No,
happened
I
was
actually
the
did
women
see
who,
that.
let me finish. What happened was the women who were glad he's dead lit Twitter up. They lit that
But
motherfucker
I
up in the two
but I
hours
also saw
immediately.
men commenting that,
Yeah,
it kind of like automatically signed on a woman. Like, okay, so like I did see some people in the comments was like I said, even with the comments about y'all hurry up and do the autopsy, make sure it wasn't foul play. Why he couldn't have just had a heart attack?
well, he did.
so look, he did. But look, my
I
thing
don't
is
think
right.
I don't think I read anything where anybody
I
said it
I
was
read a couple
any
of
foul play.
this posts like that. Yeah.
Well, I did.
Well,
I'd heard some foul play shit too, on some
well,
conspiracy theory shit.
So my thing
well,
is, first of all,
I had heard Star say some shit, right? Kind of in jest, trolling, but that's Star. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
kind of what I was talking about when we first came on, when Shell was in the silhouette shit, right? I was
Yeah, I
kind of
had heard
cracking
a
on that,
couple of
but I didn't
I
see
saw a
anybody
couple of
really
different
making
posts.
that real allegation.
Yeah.
I think that what I saw and what I thought was fucked up was that people were making particular character judgments on the woman without knowing what was going on with her. Like, was she a hooker? But
Right.
was
That
she in
that
there
that was a
doing
lot of
dope
it
with her?
too that I
But
heard.
I
Yeah,
think that
in the
those
shit that I
things are
She
heard.
was
not
dead.
about the woman. I think that those questions are a backhanded criticism on the
To the boy.
man.
So
Yeah.
look, so my thing,
I don't think
when
it's
I heard
about
all,
her at all. And I don't think that it's
so,
about women at all. I think that what is about women is women's reaction to the man's death.
so
Specifically
rest
this.
in
Let
peace.
me do this, Nick, before you go, and then let's holler at Vivica.
Well, me and Lisa Ray both had the whole side eye. Like, what the hell? Is he kidding me? Healing, healthy. This man was a hypocrite, in my honest opinion. He really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, he was a shock jock. And, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the
Wow,
negativity that you put out in the world,
you just put
that
out
when karma
negative.
comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, the fact that he
She
killed
wasn't
over real
kind to your
quick and
face.
was supposedly with a woman that we don't know the nationality. Um,
Right.
Rest in peace. Well, me and Lee.
So
So
so my thing is,
go ahead, Nick.
go ahead, man.
No,
So
no, go ahead, man.
first of all, I get to this. Art, rest in peace to the homegirl Jarrell, West Coast legend. We're gonna start there first, right? So the second thing, what I actually seen, right? Because I listened to the dude a couple of times or whatever, off of the first reaction that Shell has, and I was like, okay, Shell might be onto something. But my overall thing is like, yeah, you cannot knock this brother, and it pains the women to death. These women in the comments that they didn't get the last word. That's the banner. That's the destructive part of our community right now. They didn't get the last word to make him submit to their action or their views. You can't talk about the man after he dead. He won. To me, now he at peace. You know what I'm saying? Now he know firsthand what it is to be in the arms of the Lord. But he he did his job what he intended to do, to spark this conversation on how we all got to straighten ourselves out. You know what I'm saying? Especially with communication or whatever it is. You know, and I'm gonna throw a rock in the pond. Vivica Fox can't talk nothing. You still haven't healed from 50 Cent, Vivica Fox. So karma at that. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, man, it's a cold thing. And that's the part where I guess people just don't want to take in, because everybody wants the last word. So is he facing criticism? If it was that bad, right? The cancel culture, the disbarment of this man, because if he was not spreading if he was spreading falsehoods and then strike a nerve, nobody would never paid attention to him. Am I right, Piranha Pond? Or am I wrong? Am I going on the wrong way on that one?
Well, I believe his path was
I,
set
it,
to what he was set. He did what he was supposed to do in his life, and that's dope. Um,
Yeah.
I don't believe to slander a man after he's gone is crazy. You can't speak nothing on karma because that man didn't do nothing bad to nobody. It was his fucking opinion, and he lived his life. It ain't like he was just running around slapping bitches and snatching off clothes and shit and be like, "Look at this fat broad." You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. My man ran the podcast like we run it, and he stated his opinion, and y'all helped him. Women helped him make a living off of that shit. So you know what I mean? The disrespect is oh so crazy to me. Um, for those who didn't see it that way, for those who like Vivica Fox got a problem with the man because of his opinion, I believe have problems with themselves. And if the shoe fit, then wear it. But wear it like silently. You know what I'm saying? Take that shit to your therapist. That's some bullshit. You know what I mean? Um,
What? Oh
Rest in
man.
peace to the man. And I don't think he meant nobody no harm. The man was expressing his opinion and helping people with relationship advice and all that type of good shit. He was actually trying to encourage motherfuckers to be the best them that they can be. Strive for the goals that you want.
right.
If you want this type of motherfucker, then you got to be this type of motherfucker. He didn't do it in the nicest way for women to digest, but that's basically what the fuck he was doing. So salute to that man, man.
So at the
Salute
same
to that
time, y'all
man.
tell me this, right? Was he just as hard on the men too? Because I remember
Yes.
the
Yes.
so the
Yeah,
thing is, right?
Yes,
So
but
I know
he
the
don't
one
get no smoke for that though.
because niggas
because
don't
that
do that
He don't
type of
get.
shit. We wasn't on this channel bitching about it.
yeah, but the thing
But
is
nah,
the
it
one
was
thing I
niggas that
did
would
say,
call in, right? And he would go in. He would go in on niggas too. Niggas ain't got their shit together. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, he's steadily telling motherfuckers, pull your pants up, go to the fucking tailor, get you a fucking suit made. You're trying to be in corporate America. Take the braids out your hair. You got tattoos in your face. How the fuck you expect to be
Calling
getting
them
anywhere? You want
idiots,
this kind
all
of
types
woman.
of
You
shit.
don't do shit, nigga. You sitting on your
Yeah,
mama's couch smoking weed all motherfucking day. How the fuck you
yeah.
expect to get a good woman that's worth anything? Get off your lazy motherfucker. The nigga was harder on niggas than he was on females, but the female shit just went viral because you're not supposed to talk to a woman like that.
but
And
because
not only
that's
that
the
though, us being males, we didn't make no. That's watching didn't make no big fuss about the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nigga be
Motherfuckers
like,
was
yeah,
watching for a
nigga, get your
particular
shit
reason.
together.
Right,
Nigga be like,
right,
get your shit together, bruh. What the fuck?
right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It
because
wasn't
my
the
thing,
type of blowback. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Right,
that
right.
one point in the beginning, a year ago, when me and Shep, when we was talking about on the other Piranha Pine, I was like, yeah, I can run across this guy, uh, some video with somebody was watching the YouTube thing, and I was like, so how did he come up with the definition of high value man and high value woman? I said that shit don't exist. You know what I'm saying? In a normal everyday work environment. So I think that was one of my discrepancies that I was going to look in, but I said I'm not gonna pay no never mind because I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even certified to even talk about that because that didn't exist, in our upbringing. Anybody over fucking 25, under 25, they might buy into that shit with this cancel culture shit, but they can't even call us. I know that was the other part that it went into the part was like, oh, OG, I'm gonna get it like you get it. I'm in the bag or whatever. Oh, you already did your turn. Let us have our turn. I was like, man, what kind of fucking silly ass shit is that?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I,
So
I think I kind of understand it from a different perspective, Nick. We had this podcast, and I think that at the time that we did that podcast, and we were talking about Kevin Samuels and the quote
it just
unquote
came
high
out.
value man. My positioning on it was that um, number one, um, I understood what he meant by value man because it is exactly the statistical embodiment of all of these check marks that black women say they want in a man, all the common things, right? So
That's not
want
even
to be tall,
3% of
dark, and
the
handsome. Let me
population.
finish. It doesn't matter, right? You're arguing the wrong point. So the tall, dark, and handsome, the financially stable, right? The socially fucking adept and well placed in this fucking society and in your job, in your church, uh, strong as a motherfucker, able to provide, able to protect, right? All of these different things checked off, right, equals the high value man. The thing about it in my positioning was I wasn't giving a fuck about what Kevin Samuels and them was talking about because me, you, and Frank we weren't part of the conversation, right? We don't
Oh.
check off a whole lot of those fucking boxes that would consider you that high value man. And we're listening to the term high value, especially Nick, and concentrating on that and saying, nigga, I got value and my value is high as fuck. What the fuck you talking about? I'm a high value man. So that's kind of where our conversation went, but that's not
Oh,
where
okay,
his
all right.
conversation was, right? Where his conversation was for women, you want this motherfucker, right? This Denzel Washington motherfucker, right? Check off all the boxes you want to. It's all Denzel, right? You want him.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do you think you want him, you believe that you deserve him to the detriment of all the motherfuckers that ain't Denzel. You feel what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay. Yeah.
That was what his position was. So number one, who the fuck are you to even think you deserve Denzel? Bitch, you don't do no Paula fucking Washington shit, Paulette Washington shit. You ain't that bitch at all. Secondly, if you want to become her, or if you want to be that chick to some worthy motherfucker, right? Then how about you start checking off some motherfucking boxes? Go fucking take care of your fucking health. Get your weight in check. Fuck your fucking degrees and all that shit. Humble yourself to your fucking husband. Play your role in the family fucking structure. You know what I'm saying? Be a mother, not a father to the fucking kids. That was the conversation that this nigga was having, right? And what I'm saying is none of that shit matters for the purposes of our conversation or my question. My question is this. Let's have a motherfucker have an opinion that is diametrically opposed to what I believe in, right? Say I'm fucking Catholic, right? This motherfucker's an atheist, right? And this motherfucker preaches atheism. This is what he talks about. Anytime you get him in front of a bullhorn where he talks about the existence of God, and it pisses me off, me and my whole fucking family, right? When this motherfucker dies, does my Christian self allow me to be like, rejoice? Another human is dead. Another human with a difference of opinion.
That's cold.
Now, mind you, his penance or whatever he's got to pay is going to come in the afterlife. It's between him and God. We don't got fuck to do with that, right?
Boom.
So how are we being the judge of that? Like, and he's not here, right? So us talking about, oh, I told you so. Yeah, motherfucker, you going to hell. Thank God the earth is rid of your funky ass. That does not do nothing to help redeem the situation. What it does for me is it says that I'm a fucked up person, right? That I'm so fucking invested in another person's differing opinion that I have to be right, right?
Executing on a public court of public opinion.
Or either I have to be right, or I believe that person's wrong is so dangerous to my existence that he must be eradicated. So let's take it out of black men and black women, right? And let's make it Jews in the world, right?
Wow.
And the world at the time was envisioned, it was emboldened in fucking Hitler and the Nazi party, and they came down and they did some horrendous shit, right? They had a fucked up opinion about, they did some fucking horrendous shit. Come back now, and the Jews have fought for their particular rights and their rights of self-actualization. And what they have been able to successfully say is, look, man, you don't get to fucking talk about the shit that we do fucked up. Don't bring our faults out, because when you bring our faults out, what that means is you are planning on and plotting the eradication of our race of people. And how do we know it's been done before by Hitler? And they stand on that shit, and we shut the fuck up. And every time we fucking get a little bit out of line and challenge them a little bit, and they smack us on the hand, one of us go stand in the corner and the rest of us shut the fuck up and whisper, ooh, we better not talk about them fucking Jewish people. Well, for black men, it's like that with the SistaHood, right? You can't have no fucking opinion that directly challenges the positioning of the SistaHood. Because if you do, and if your voice is loud enough, we'll be glad when your ass is dead. Because if your voice becomes too loud, then it's going to set the SistaHood back to 1956 or whatever the fuck. Problem with that is that black men don't have no power, right? So while white women get to yell these arguments at white men who make fucking laws and shit, black women are looking at white women and saying, I'm going to talk to my nigga the same way, except it's ineffective because we don't got the same fucking power. So it's just you talking shit and me just putting up with that shit. And on top of it, you never get to hear me. And that's what Kevin Samuels was. He was the nigga that was saying, shut the fuck up and listen to me. I got some shit to say here. Like, we feel like this.
So tell me
that positioning is dangerous to all of the advancement that black women think that they have gained over the last 50 years.
Okay, so that goes to the point I was trying to make, right? So, y'all, did that really, the conversation that we had about the 7 traits of the narcissist, so would you say that our society is now latching on to the covert narcissistic personality disorder that is going on to make these people come out to the forefront now? Because it's like, now it's that was the one term that I looked up called discarding. even in depth, they try to discard his whole
This ain't what I
persona
wanted.
of things. Right now it's like now they discredit him. They made him look like a lunatic or whatever. But like y'all said, he's not here to defend himself, and it seemed like he was, for all purposes, that like you said, he gave it out equally across the board. We just didn't know about it. We just heard this, which I used to call it, Pond, the
We do.
sensational shit. You know what I'm saying? The
We
sensational
know.
shit. So Shell,
Yeah,
would
we
you
only
think?
those who paid
Do you think
attention.
that you know the things that you've been reading, because I'm getting it from the lady of the pond, right? And the stuff you've been reading from the female bloggers, or just like if you're into that stuff, if you've not been busy, right? That you see like the traits that we was talking about, the narcissistic things, it's like the forefront to like, okay, he uncovered some shit, but we got to still survive. So let's just discredit this person. And he was just a simple person that just gave out information or told the news about shit.
Well, I mean, I kind of look at it from a couple different ways. No, I don't feel like. I mean, I didn't read a lot of blogs. The ones I did read, I definitely like didn't see what he saw and stuff like that. But I'm not saying it didn't happen and stuff like that. But I don't, you know, I personally, this is what I feel. I feel like if you're one of them people that could let somebody get to you, with their words like that, or make you
Mm.
feel less than what you than what you feel, then for my own sake, I don't listen to people like that. So when I
There
immediately
you go.
heard some of the stuff that he was saying, and I saw how it was kind of affecting me, regardless of if that was me or not me and stuff like that, I was like, you know what, he not my cup of tea. Now
Hmm.
again, I know some men, I know some men, and they got some women, that didn't have a problem with it across the board. It wasn't what he said, it was kind of how he said it to me. But again, I'm a person that I'm big on how you talk to me. I'm big on
Yeah.
the words that you use to me. So I already knew that he wasn't my cup of tea and stuff like that. So again, I disengaged. I disengaged from the things that he said and stuff like that. No, I don't believe that it was karma walking around and that's what happened to him and stuff like that. I just, I mean, like I said, I don't, and no, like again, like if you really wasn't, I'm not gonna say people wouldn't tell it to him when he was living. They got women that probably told him how they felt. I don't think nobody was scared of him like that. But again,
Oh,
uh, I
Yeah.
don't, no, I don't feel like that should have been that. Again, like I said, I just hate that in the wake of his death, it now has to fall on like, well, how you feel about it? Like, where was death? I don't wish death on nobody because regardless, I don't know his whole personal background, but I know he was somebody's son. He was somebody's child.
Yeah.
I'm I don't know if he had kids, but if so, he was somebody's father. He might have been somebody's godfather, somebody's uncle. Somebody lost somebody that they cared about, and regardless if they was an asshole in my eyes, death is still death. Hell, we got relatives that you sitting at the funeral like, but again, and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I went.
Yeah. And yeah, and it got to be said, because if anything, oh, that's what it was. He started out as an image consultant first. I think that's what we said in the beginning of the thing, and that's weird. Not weird, but how it just come full circle to what we actually want to build up the community as for. We don't have to use these this hating grammar, this stuff, or saying that he opened up, you know, we got a trauma bond with this man now because he made me look at myself, men and women. But like I said, uh, the first rules that I adopted when I came into this, started getting into this space, that a lot of stuff you're not gonna see these people in the streets, right? So no matter if he talked the opposite or how he talked on the thing, that this man had a life out off the screen. He didn't live everything to a T that he was probably commenting and letting people know. So if he was caught with another race, uh, a chunkier woman, or whatever, like they was going into, in the beginning. I'm like, okay, it was a woman because from what they said, they thought he was suspect playing both sides of the field. That's in Atlanta. So, hey, what Frank said they're gonna try to dissect every day. Like, what's her background? And I'm like, oh my god,
Well,
I'm at the
I heard, you know,
sneaky link.
in the little on the little fucking snippets that I was catching that on the conspiracy side of things that people are thinking the man was set up by the woman and all that. They do know she was black. They do know that she was a nurse or something like that. Um, and they were saying that she was saying, think
Okay.
about your mother, think about your daughter. Like they
Yeah,
was trying to
but
flip
Hold
that
on.
lady words. They was trying to flip that lady words in terms of, you know, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit you was saying
okay.
about black women. Think about your daughter. Think about your mother. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. They was trying
It's
to spin her words as opposed to trying to, you know, keep him alive with those words.
but I like how Max said it right, and this is just a thing of opinion because at the end of the day, he was just a storyteller of things he came around with,
Just
and I'm
telling his
pretty sure
opinion,
people pay.
bro.
Yeah, his
He was just
opinion, and I'm
telling his
pretty sure
opinion, man.
that if he was a counselor, guru, whatever, and this is I'm going back to, man. So let's not even get it twisted. I don't want to TED talk the whole little thing, but the thing is that people have to stop investing in this cancer culture and the lack of trying to devalue people because of their opinion. That man did this man to whatever it's called. He's not here no more, so I don't even want to say it like that. But how was he a disruption in so many households to men and women? And how low can we go? A lot of these people out here, snakes in the grass. He kept his lawn cut so they can't slither to his front door and strike after when he can't even defend himself. You know, so it's like, yeah, got crucified in a court of public opinion, and hopefully that we could get past this shit.
But he really didn't though. You know, it's a lot of people that respected that man's opinion and respected his words. It's just more people in the forefront because of the media and the drama aspect or the clout aspect that pushes the bullshit to the forefront. That
Man,
man was an image consultant. He actually helped people
I
out.
think the man
It's
had
people
two and
that
a half
actually took
million
that
subscribers on YouTube,
right.
and that's
It's
with
Look,
people actually
see?
millions of
took that
subscribers
man's
on
word
followers
to
on
heed.
Instagram. So
Yeah, people
you
took
don't
Yeah,
that
have
and
to
see,
man's
have
can I
all this
make
word
a
shit
to
every
difference?
day
heed
to
to
be
that man's
haters.
word and actually improve their lives off the shit that he was saying to people. Like it's
Right.
he shouldn't have to defend himself. He did nothing wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? And for all those who didn't appreciate the shit he was talking about, should still have the respect to go ahead and let that man rest in peace instead of spewing bullshit like again. Vivica Fox was doing talking about that's karma. How was that karma, nigga? He didn't do nothing to nobody. You act like he was running around, he was stabbing bitches up like he was a scream killer or somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh my God, Frank, you a cold right there. Because
Like he
you
shouldn't have to
know,
go through none of that. This has nothing to do with karma, man. The man had a heart attack.
yeah, bless his soul, man. You
You
know
know
what
what
I'm
I
saying? At least
mean?
he wasn't no what you call it, talking about mystery dying in jail and shit. You know what I'm saying? About in the RICO Act got brought up on him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
Young Thug and Gunner right now.
So
That's this is
my
true.
question, not to get off the subject, my
Right.
question is if 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 Kevin Samuels' messaging, shall, for the black woman was so wrong, right? Like he just really had y'all fucked up, right? But for black men who are we want to get along and grow and live and fucking fucking run families and all of that shit with you guys. So what is it that, because the vast majority of men believed that Kevin Samuels was just saying shit that niggas just won't say out loud. Like
Well, I
it's
know
not a
for me
lot
as
of
a
men. It's not a lot of men who disagree with his principles or the messaging. There may have been um, men who, like you say, you know, the 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 the, 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 the the messaging is harsh, or You know, they looked at it like his conversation was not the way that you speak to black women. And then there were just a handful of men like a DJ Envy kind of motherfucker that really hates a Kevin Samuels, like really hates him. Like you really should check out the Breakfast Club when they reported on his death and what was going on. The same podcast we're doing right now. Charlemagne's position was my position, and DJ Envy was like, "Fuck that. If I don't like a motherfucker in real life, then fuck him in death." And I'm like, "Damn,
Yeah.
you the say you really on some cuck shit, like for real. Like Gia really got you beat across the head
I
with
was
that little
gonna say, but
fucking
he
kitty
been on
But
cat."
some
he a
fuck
soft
shit.
shoe ass nigga
Yeah,
anyway though.
he been on
He a
some fuck
soft
shit.
shoe
So what
ass
I'm
But
nigga.
that
saying is
being like,
you got them kind of niggas. You got them kind of
right,
niggas who know shit,
right.
nigga, I'm fixing to take the right position. Not even I'm fixing to take the right position. Nigga, I feel like my wife feel, nigga. You got niggas like
Mm-hmm.
Nigga,
that.
I ain't got no
And
nuts.
and and no, and those are the niggas that you'll see on Twitter and Instagram bashing Kevin Samuels. But
I feel
any other
sorry for
nigga,
them
even
niggas.
if you disagree with the way that he presented the message, you still gonna say some shit like what me and Frank and Nick are saying, like, okay, well, maybe you disagree with, how harsh the nigga was, but the nigga wasn't saying nothing that was inherently and fundamentally dangerous to anybody. And
That's straight hood talk. We talk like that in the
he
hood all
died,
day, every
man.
day.
Like, what the fuck? The
Well,
nigga, come on, man.
I'm
Hey,
not.
Man,
I can't speak.
Man
I can't
passed
hey,
speak.
away.
I can't speak for all women, but if there are women out there that feel like me, again, I don't think his opposition on how he felt about anything in life that don't match with depth at all to me. And no,
right.
I'm really trying hard not to speak on it like that because he is dead, and I don't want to be that type of person. However, again, I know, regardless of who felt what he might have said may have been true or may not have been true. My only thing was that I feel like I said, like I've always say, it's not what you say. It's how you say it, and I could I could digest it a little better, you know, if you just kind of like said it better, and stuff like that. I kind of felt like, you know, yeah, he said it, but then he kind of like said it times fucking 10 and 15. It kind of was like, and everybody not good with hard conversations or harsh realities and stuff like that. I totally get that. I'm not saying what he said was right or wrong. You the individual. You the one looking at yourself in the mirror. All I'm saying was that, you know, I, I know for a fact that you can't get anything effective to me or get me to do anything that you want me to do in talking to me like that. So
so what I see right,
is not what you
So
it's not what he said. It was how he kind of said it sometimes, and not that it was wrong or not that it was right. I just, for me, like I guess for one, I don't talk to people like that, so I definitely don't want you to handle me in such a manner because I feel like I feel like I'm a reasonable person. You can sit down and we can have some conversations and stuff like that. I don't, like I said, I'm really big on how you talk to me and how you handle me, how you treat me, because I'm gonna give you that much respect back and how I deal with you and stuff like that. So again, like I said, I'm not saying what he's saying was right or wrong, in highlight of everything that's happened since we did the last podcast. I'm just saying that you know, sometimes if you want me to do something different, just kind of, you gotta. I'm different, and stuff like that. You just gotta talk to me better and stuff like that. And I just don't feel like I, and I just don't feel like um,
he don't deserve this right here.
I don't feel like he
Yeah.
spoke with empathy. But none of that matters because that has no bearing on his death. He is an individual who died. He should be mourned. He should be mourned right. Like I said, I just kind of hate the stain that it has that this have to be a part of his death, and I don't feel like
All
it's
of
I
a
guess
sudden.
correlated.
I guess I'm past that. I'm past the what he was about and right, wrong, this, that, and the third. I guess what I'm at now is we're at a point in black love, right, where um, we Black men have had somebody speaking in a voice that speaks for us, right? Just gonna say that for the vast majority of black men, right? The shit that Kevin Samuels was saying was the shit that black men would like to be able to say to their women in order to better get along and grow with their women, because what we see is we ain't growing, we ain't getting along, we ain't going no fucking where, and we
But that's
want
just
better.
it.
So wait,
His
let me finish. Let
approach
me finish.
wasn't
Let me
his,
finish. Let
what
me finish.
his
Let me finish.
his
Let me
approach
finish. You're
wasn't the
doing the
winning
same. You're
approach
doing
for
just what
most
I'm.
men.
You're doing just what I'm fixing to talk about. You're doing exactly what I'm fixing to talk about. So we get to whole pandemic, and we listening to the conversations, and we listening to what women are saying back to the conversation, right? And it's this fucking violent reaction back, right? Like, fuck that nigga. What this nigga is talking about, even though he's telling you guys what we feel, what women are saying is, nigga, we don't want to hear that shit. So now the nigga's dead. Women rejoice. And now black men who still trying to fuck with black women are saying, okay, that ain't what y'all want to hear. What do you want to hear? And all you keep telling me is what you don't want to hear. And that's kind of like what the fuck always happens in black relationships, right? The woman is disenchanted about something. The man thinks he's got a solution. The woman doesn't want that solution. The man says, okay, well, what are we going to do? And the woman says, I don't know, but it ain't what the fuck you talking about, nigga.
So look, and just when you said
I'm
that,
not looking at that. How you saying that? That's not how I'm looking at that. I kind of think that you gotta. I don't know. It's hard to relate that to the vast majority because
Okay,
I
so
feel
Kevin
like,
Samuels
hold
ain't the
on, wait, wait,
guy,
wait,
and
wait,
Kevin
wait, wait,
Samuels ain't
wait.
the guy, and Denzel ain't the guy we can be. So what is a reasonable motherfucker? How
I'm
about that?
not
Is that
saying you
easier
can't
for you?
fucking say the shit to your woman. I'm just saying that know your fucking woman. You can kill more bees with honey. Do you think that Kevin Samuels' approach gonna let you speak to your woman like that? Even though
I
you
don't think
saying
that.
that that's what you, even though you saying that's what you feeling, you can't talk to me in that fucking kind of matter and expect
Exactly.
things to go
Exactly.
well. Well, so all I'm saying is that
Exactly.
I'm
So
not saying.
I'm asking you,
All I'm saying is that
how do you get the message? How do you get you keep telling me what I
I don't.
can't do, but you're
I
never
told
telling
you.
me what I can.
I said that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I never said you couldn't say it. I just said that you can't talk to me the way he talks. I'd
What
rather
I'm
you
trying to say to you, Shell,
I'd
that you
rather
just
us
don't
sit
seem to
down.
understand.
I
so
said no.
look,
Hold on. I said know your mate. Not every woman and every man is the same. So you
That's just
gotta
too.
read
That's a fucking cop
your.
out. That's a cop
Well,
out
it's
answer,
not a
man.
cop
You
out. You
gotta
gotta
know
read
that's a
your
cop
room.
out answer.
You gotta read your
Well,
room,
I'm
and you gotta
asking
read
you.
your
You. I'm asking
audience.
you for you.
Well, I'm
How
telling you,
about that?
okay. Well, I'm
I'm
telling you, you
asking you
can't.
for you.
You wouldn't be able to talk to me like that and expect me to follow
How
you.
would he be able? Not how he can't. How do you want him to? What do you
Like I
want
said,
him to?
You're
Okay,
gonna
here,
sit
here,
down.
here, here, here. Let me give you a perfect example. Let me give you a
You
perfect
won't even let
example.
me
I'm gonna
fucking
take it
talk.
away.
I'm telling you, you gotta sit down. You gotta talk to me like you got some fucking respect for me. First of all,
And what
and
I'm
that's
trying to
not how
say,
I
what
felt
I'm
like
trying to,
you talk to women. Well, you asked me, and I'm telling
and
you,
what
that's
I'm
how
trying.
you talk to me. You talk to me like I'm an equal. You talk to me like hey, like I think we should have a conversation. I think we sit down and talk. I'm not saying that. And hold on. And even if we were gonna relate it to him, look, babe, I'm gonna just be honest with you. A lot of what Kevin Samuel said, I kind of feel. I don't agree like maybe how he put it out there, but yeah, these are some valid points that men have, and let's can we have this conversation. Now that's how we begin that conversation. You didn't come at me, like you want me to stay with you, but bitch, you ain't even doing this. That's kind of how I felt like he antagonized the situation just a little bit. Again, like I said, I think you just gotta know your mate. You gotta know how to talk to your person, because just how you might talk to your woman, it wouldn't kind of be like maybe how you talk to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that the conversation can't be had. I'm just saying that I personally feel that he didn't speak with enough respect. And regardless, that could have been men or women. I just felt like I felt like he was kind of reckless the way he talked, but he wanted you to listen to him. I stopped listening to you when you tell me I ain't shit, and that's just my opinion.
The thing is, he actually, from what I'm gathering, right, that he actually shocked the system because you know how the question is formed, right? All it takes is for you to be honest and tell the truth. Look, this is the way, not just how I feel. This is how the relationship is going. It's a lack of understanding of acceptance that this is the way it's going to be. So whatever we have discrepancies about, right? That at the end of the day, it don't fucking matter. But how we actually, just like you said, how we talk and communicate with it,
That's all I'm
just
saying.
like Matt, we said a long time ago, Matt, me, and Frank. This is the part. Look, I see, I hear everything. So the bottom line is, don't try to match me up with having potential to be a better man because that's a fantasy that somebody said it. It causes disillusions. And and the thing is, what I see now is that all of it's going out the window. We're never going to get nowhere with this type of thing because there's somebody here to try to replace Kevin Samuel on the woman's side as the anti-Kevin Samuel. We need to get out of this hole that this man and get out of this embarrassment that he put forefront and expose his own shit. And it's going to be a good 5 years before this man even gets out of these people's mouth as far as relationship shit or whatever, or in that type of way how we handle shit. You know what I'm saying? Or we communicate or we do shit. Because it's never going to be no answers. Just like Mac was just saying, it's never going to be an answer because it comes down to
I
your own
wasn't saying
personal
that at
opinion.
all. I don't know where you get that from. I wasn't saying that at all, at all. And I certainly wasn't saying what Shell was saying, right? Shell was talking about something entirely different than the question that I'm asking, which is why I'm so fucking frustrated. But I'm putting it on myself. I'm saying to myself, I'm not being clear here. It's
Maybe
not
you're not,
that I'm not being.
because
So here, let
I
me
don't,
try again.
because I answered the
Well,
question
here, let me
that
try
you
again.
gave me.
Well, here, let me try again. Let me try again. Let me try again. And let me use your answer to show you why it doesn't answer my question. Right. So your answer was you got to know your mate. My question, however, you don't even have a mate. I don't even have a mate. Right. I don't have a mate because women don't know what I want, right? Women don't know what I want because there's no safe space for men to have the conversation with women about what men want. And along comes Kevin Samuels, right? And Kevin Samuels, a media personality, big as a motherfucker, he starts talking about what men actually want. And there's such a violent reaction to that, right? My question now becomes, now I'm in the fucking greater space, right? Not saying me personally, not me and a particular woman. I'm saying me as a man, a representative of black men and black women as a group, right? How do how do we tell you all the shit that Kevin Samuels was saying without becoming Kevin Samuels? Like, who do we need to be? Do we need to be Derek Jackson? Do we need to be Charlemagne the God? Do we need, who the fuck are y'all looking for in order for us to even get in the room to have honest conversation with you guys? Because at this stage of the game, the only thing that matters in relationships is putting your best face forward on both sides. So for the chick, it's how pretty you are, how sexual you are, how dynamic you are. For the guy, it's how strong you are, how attractive you are, how much security you can provide. And then all those other conversations come in after you'd have made all of those bullshit ass fucking connections that are really just surface. When you start to get down to, okay, yeah, I'm a pretty chick. You know what I'm saying? I'm in touch with all the fucking latest shit. I'm social as a motherfucker. My Instagram is popping, and now I want to go fuck with Frank or Nick, who is the new fucking cannabis dude with a big ass fucking company. This nigga's doing $6 million worth of fucking business a year, moving shit, meeting motherfuckers, dealing in that kind of society and shit, right? And Nick just don't want no pretty bitch on his arm. What Nick wants is a chick that is all that shit that Kevin Samuels was talking about. So, but Nick don't even get to have that conversation. What I'm asking you, Shell, and what I'm asking you, Nick, as well, is as a whole, what is it that you guys want? You obviously don't want the shit that Kevin Samuels was talking about, or you certainly don't want the Kevin Samuels motherfucker talking about. Okay, so let's make me the Jesse Williams guy, right? Now, here's the thing, right? I don't want a chick who's over 35, kids already, uh, fucking over 130 pounds. It's just what the fuck is up with me. It's just what I want. It's what all the rich motherfuckers, fucking boss ass niggas that's around me is what we want, right? How do I have that conversation nicely with a black woman who is
I guess
none of
I guess
those things?
then you just I guess if they don't
You feel what I'm
check out
trying to
none of
say?
they
So the
don't check out none of
conversation
those
has to be
boxes,
had on a
you just let them know that you're not my type, and people
what
do
I'm
that
trying
every
to
day.
okay, so what I'm saying is, what if all the niggas that's like me, all the desirable niggas, right? They don't
Mhm.
necessarily want no overweight chick with kids and shit in her fucking mid-30s, right? What we want is the young chick that's fucking, fucking industrious, smart as a motherfucker, understands my business, can fucking give some shit back, not in competition with me. We want that's what we really want, right? How do we have that conversation with y'all? How do you guys get that message?
I
Because
mean,
when Kevin Samuels does it, he becomes the devil, right? When a nigga like me does it just in a relationship, then I'm not taken seriously. When Nick talks about it in a philosophical way, then he has to have a whole philosophical conversation with a chick about the fucking goddess Isis and some more fucking shit. Where are we ever going to start having these honest conversations? Is what I'm trying to say.
Never.
Never.
And how important
Because
is it to you guys as women for niggas not to be able to be brutally honest with you? Because that's all Kevin was brutally fucking honest. How important is it for the sisterhood to stamp out brutal honesty from black men?
very. Because then it eliminates a whole lot of them. It eliminates a whole sector of them that has to realize that they just not it.
and
And then they
guess
have
what?
to realize,
And
hold
but
on,
Frank,
hold on though,
I'm okay with if
hold
I'm just
on
not
though,
it. Then just
hold
don't
on
fuck
though,
with me.
hold
I get
on
what
though.
you're saying,
But
Keith,
we
but
not. But
but
how
hold
come
But
we
on,
can't
but
be
but
that?
most
We
but
always
hold
have to
but
on,
do
but
all this
most of
but
those
fucking
women,
proving shit,
most
right?
of those
but
women are not going to turn into that woman overnight. So either you
ho-
go
hold
wait for
on.
her to be that
Who
woman.
said
No,
Now
no,
that?
I
no.
Hold
can't
But
on
see
that's
how
it.
now.
that
He's
woman
not
gonna
though.
be that one.
He's
Well, that's
not
what I'm
though.
saying. Okay, well then
Henceforth, the
just don't.
problem
Okay,
that
well
eliminates
then
a
move
whole
on.
sect of women that has to realize that they have to deal with what they have to deal with. A or B, completely change who the fuck they are and what they do.
If you don't want me
Right.
for me
Women's
and
not
for
going to
what I
accept that.
bring, then guess what? Keep on scrolling, like I tell you on Facebook. Keep
Yeah,
on scrolling. It's okay
for
if
Well,
I'm not
you,
for
here.
you.
Let me.
Keep the fuck on scrolling.
And I
for
totally
you,
feel you, Shell. I totally
Yeah.
right?
feel you, though. I totally feel you. Let me tell you why I totally feel you, right? Let me tell you why I totally feel you. Because
Because for one, the
flip it
topic we
around.
talking about is okay. Guess what? I might not never be a
Just let me finish.
figure person.
Just
So
let
if
me
you
finish the
looking for a
sentence.
six figure
Can I
person,
just
then
finish?
definitely keep on fucking scrolling. That's not something I'm gonna turn
I
into
just said
overnight
I agree with you.
unless
I
I
just
win
said
the
I agree
fucking
with you.
lottery.
I
Yeah.
just said I agree with you.
I'm just yeah.
Let me tell you why I agree with you, right? The reason why I agree and empathize with you is because from maybe about 11 years old, right? Men, black men, are told that, look, nigga, you got to compete, right? To get a girlfriend, right? You got to be well kept. You got to have some fucking ambition, nigga. Get up off your ass. Nigga, you got to be tough. You know what I'm saying, nigga? You got to be with the fucking business, able to whoop a nigga's ass and some more shit, defend your girl, nigga. Nigga, you got to be at your bread. You feel what I'm saying, nigga? You gotta
Mm-hmm.
fucking be something. Cause guess what? The niggas that's just going to class and not fucking doing nothing, they ain't getting no pussy. They just not. And as you fucking get older and older and more accomplished or more on your road to being accomplished, the goal is exactly that. All that shit that you've been taught that women want is the shit that niggas go out to try to become. And those who don't, you know what happens to them? They don't get no fucking pussy. And that's like 78% of fucking men, grown men. They don't get no fucking pussy. You niggas is not worthy. Bitches is scrolling on by, swiping on fucking left. And
Yeah.
niggas is feeling
So,
this shit.
and that's
So
the
But
thing.
that's why
That's why.
I understand, but I just don't think that it's right. I think that that's not the solution. I think that that's the problem. See, you put it up as the solution. Well, if I'm not good enough for you, nigga, just keep on scrolling by. And I
Okay, well,
say, well, damn.
I guess
The
I guess I was
problem
looking at
is us not being good enough, right? Because women have a particular standard, right? I just can't be no bum ass broke motherfucker just sleeping on the motherfucker, sleeping in my car and get no boss bitch. It's just not gonna happen. I accept that. I understand it. I ain't shooting for that. And I ain't mad at boss bitches because they ain't looking at a nigga that's sleeping in his fucking car. But flip that shit around. And a chick who ain't got her shit together will be quick as a motherfucker to say that a nigga that don't think about her, well, fuck him any motherfucking way. Keep on rolling, nigga. I didn't need you any motherfucker. Why
okay,
can't
I'm
you
sorry.
be working to be a better bitch? If I got to be working to be a better nigga, why you can't be working to be a better bride?
Okay, and I
I'm
feel
only
that,
doing it to satisfy women.
well,
I don't give a
feel that
fuck about.
I feel it unrealistic.
I don't give a fuck
things.
about no Mercedes
You know, some
Benzes and
things. Yeah,
fucking
that's what
big
I'm saying. You know, on
penthouses
the
and
things
shit.
that's
Women like
realistic
that
and
shit.
yeah, I could change. Then yeah, definitely, I feel that. Then yeah, I gotta work on me. I gotta get my numbers up. I gotta do what I gotta do. It was just some things that
I'm
kind of was
talking about
like,
it, womanhood as a whole, sweetheart, not you as a specific individual dealing with
well,
some
I can't.
nigga,
I'm
one
not.
particular
I'm not
nigga
prepared to.
that's got
I'm not prepared
criticisms
to say
about
that.
who
Like
you
I
are.
said,
I'm talking about
come at
women having a standard that they have to fucking meet in order to be a boss bitch. How about that? How about you just don't get to say it? How about you a nigga saying do something that's boss bitchy, so I could call you a boss bitch. And chicks is saying fuck that nigga. If you don't think I'm a boss bitch, fuck you.
I, that's kind of how I feel.
Well, what I'm saying is, what is the standard that niggas as a whole can set for women to be desirable that doesn't make us misogynistic or fucking
I just think that
chauvinistic
I
or
think
any
you
of
got
that
to meet
small
people.
dick energy fucking shit.
You got
Like
to meet
women
people where they.
always got standards for us.
First of all, you got to meet
What's the
people where they
standard for
are.
you?
And if you meeting somebody where they are, then I'm meeting you
How
where
many
you are. You
motherfuckers
meet
y'all
me.
meeting where they are?
I'm meeting you
How
where
many
you are. You
broke
need to
ass,
meet with me
how
where
many
you are.
broke
And
ass
that's the.
niggas,
But what
how
I'm
many
saying
broke
is that
ass motherfuckers sleeping in their mama's basement, smoking weed and playing PlayStation all day, not generating no income, is getting in them conversations.
okay. I mean, let's say
How
the
many
same
how
thing.
many of
What
them
about
niggas
the
is y'all
chick
letting in the
that's
conversation?
doing the same thing? I'm. It just
Chicks
like I
that's
said.
doing the
If
same
that's
thing is getting dick all the time, all day long, as much dick as they want. How about that?
I don't know. I'm
How
not
about
operating
that?
from a place
On some
like that.
for real
Like I
shit.
said, all I can tell
Because you
you is
know
that you got
why?
to meet people where they are, and if that's the person that you
I
want to
just
be
think
with,
that's just a
then you
bunch of
need to work with that.
I just think
Yeah,
that's
but
just a bunch of positioning that you it's very vague on purpose. So it doesn't
well,
have it's
I
no
just think that you
legs
looking
for
for
you to have
something.
to
You
stand on.
looking for a direct answer. That's never going to be a direct answer. And I think that
ever.
that's oh no, and that was the problem that everybody
Right.
had with him
Right.
on that. You know,
Right.
and stuff like that. I just think that ain't gonna never be
So
no easy answer.
why is it okay for men to have let me do some shell shit. I just feel like it's men that's always got to have some fucking standard that they got to fucking meet. Why is it that men got to meet a fucking standard when y'all ain't got to meet no motherfucking standard? Tell me that shit, won't you, huh?
It's our fault.
Nobody
so that
said that. Nobody
so
said
look,
that.
What
so
you
that's
mean?
why I
Nobody.
got a
Everybody
question to
says
change.
if you don't get the fuck out
Nobody
of here.
says that. Nobody said if y'all believe that. Y'all believe that, but ain't
But
nobody
see,
said that.
the thing about it is, again, it
There ain't no
eliminates a
standard
whole
that men have to
section.
meet. Men ain't steadily trying to become a better somebody for a woman's fucking sake. Is this what you're trying to tell me? Oh, this is just in our heads, right?
That's an entryway
At the
conversation
same
because
time,
But that,
you don't want
but
no scrubs. At the same
but
motherfucking time,
but
you
look though,
don't
bro.
want no scrub. A scrub is a nigga that don't get no time from you, god damn it.
But look though, right? And here's the thing. Here's what's
First
crazy
of
about that. I
all,
mean,
You
hanging
ain't
out the
even
passenger
like you
seat of
told
his
me the other
best
day.
friend's
You ain't
car.
about to, like you told me on
Get
the
the fuck
abortion
out of
thing.
here.
You not about
But
to get no abortion, nigga. You ain't no scrub. So I'm just trying to see how this conversation is.
but look,
So
and
Well,
then too,
because I speak for more than just me, though.
our standards were set by different men too. Like it really wasn't. I mean, I guess it was about them, but you know, we were raised to do that though. You know what I'm saying? Even in the fact of just being a young man, to keep yourself up, to stay groomed, to want better shit. Yeah, it comes with bitches, but I think that's a standard thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me
yo,
put it
but
like
Like
then the
let,
thing is,
hold
so
on, hold
you
on.
look,
want to be
Let,
fresh first
let
and
me
Uh-huh.
put it.
foremost.
Let
Of
me
I
course, it
think the
bring
older
pussy.
niggas understood. I think the
let me
older
put it
niggas
like this.
understood that
I'm a
when they was
single
telling
woman
us,
over
nigga, you
45
need to
years old.
comb your
I've
fucking
never been
hair,
married and
comb
I've
them
never
naps
had
out
no
your
kids.
hair. They knew that they
Now,
was telling us that, nigga, you need to become attractive to chicks.
Well,
Because a nigga could just be dusty. We know dusty niggas.
yeah, true.
We
But
do know
them
dusty
niggas what?
niggas.
But them niggas wasn't raised by the type of niggas. I mean, I understand what you said. I'm just saying. I think it was
But I'm
more than
saying the
just
whole
that. You know what I
look,
mean?
I'm just out of the whole dating market, my whole set because now because you know the older women, the mature women saying that I'm too masculine. The younger women or middle age, whatever you want to call it, it says that potential he has a lot more potential than somebody to these people in my age group. But then I'm an asshole for saying, look, first of all, I'm gonna tell you the truth about it. That your potential thing, that falsehood, that delusion is never gonna work, right? And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna let you live like that because all it does is make a mental turmoil. It causes a mental disruption. Now, now for me to have lived life and been through that shit and actually seeing that, I see all the wheels turning. I'm seeing more and more that people are invested into potential than what it actually is in front of their face. You know what I'm saying? So, like Max said, I'm just in that boat where I'm destined to be alone for the rest of my life. Or how they say, I guess I'm gonna die alone and smoking some weed if I smoke weed again, or hurt nerves in the neck or whatever because I don't have no potential for the future as far as um like you right, Shell, to be a high value man or high value woman. Now I did I done
so
had revenue
hold
that
on.
ran through my hand. Look, wait, listen. I done had revenue that ran through my hand at one particular time. You know, I was at the top of the food chain. You know what I'm saying? I provided for a woman whatever she needed and a whole lot of shit that she wanted, but just put it to the side and she realized that she didn't want it no more. Right? I can't continue to do that when real life has hit you in the face. You know what I'm saying? And when you look up, okay, well maybe I'm not driving a $200,000 car right now. Maybe, I could tell you the story. I used to have all of those shit before they said foreigns was foreigns. Now, you're absolutely right, Frank and Matt, that for us to have the conversation, we're gonna long talk them so they don't even want to hear. Get to the point. Nigga, you wanna fuck or you don't wanna fuck. You know what I'm saying? Where my bag at? Where this is at? Oh, I only cook for a six-figure nigga. You know what I'm saying? To get this and all what else is it? I bring to the table my looks. And the fucking attitude to go with it because as soon as you get bored with me, you off to the next shit. I'm cool with that too. But you better come home with a bag if you got 10 toes down where I'm at.
Well,
So
I guess I'm just still operating from a place like when I come into something with somebody, I'm coming to it because I'm coming to it. I, I'm coming into it looking for love. I'm coming to it looking for something long term. I'm coming into it looking for a relationship.
they don't
I
respect
don't.
that no
But,
more.
what I'm saying is that I think that like I said, I know I can't speak for everybody because I mean, if that's the conversation we had, then like I said, then what's the conversation that I have? I'm about to be 46. I've never been married. I don't have any kids. So how is my conversation with a man? Most men I meet are have been or are married already. They have kids. They got exes and stuff like that. So but I don't go into those relationships. I don't go into those relationships and being like, okay, well, guess what? Well, you got all the things I don't have, or you have all the things that I don't. Like I don't know. I just I'm confused about that because tell me what my conversation is with somebody. because like I guess I'm destined to be along if that was gonna be all the shit I X'd off on my checklist. Then hell, that's all the men that's at least 48 and up.
And that's what
And,
Max
and,
said
and,
is the,
and
the
that's
root
Well,
how
of the
that's
that's
kind of
problem.
what that's
so.
that's
But
what we
That's
was
the
that's what
problem.
I was
yeah,
saying, Jack.
what that's what I'm saying is I don't feel like I don't. First of all, I don't feel like the odds are matched at all between men and women. So it's always going to be hard for us just to kind of get it right. But at some point, we got to get it right.
What
But
does
I
that
do
even
know.
mean?
But I. But
But
I.
that's not true. Yeah, that's
But
definitely not true.
I'm
Oh,
saying.
chef.
I'm
I
a
I.
know what
firm
that
believer
But
means.
in. I'm a firm believer in if you put yourself in an atmosphere, then you will get what you want.
I'm
It's
not
not.
saying that
It's
you
not.
won't. But
It's
what I'm
not.
saying is that you have to be, I'm not telling people to settle. I'm just saying that whenever you meet a person, you got to meet them where they are, and you got to be realistic on what you may could have with that person. And if you know for a fact that they can't meet any of those boxes, then move on from the beginning, and
Oh,
don't try to, because some people you can't make them into what you want to be. I don't know if that makes sense.
it does. It makes perfect sense, and
Right.
I think you're absolutely right. I think that that's what actually happens, right? But I think that what the intention always is something different at the beginning, right? So men are trained from boyhood that we got to get our shit together in order to get a fucking decent woman, you know, to get our woman, the woman that we want, whatever the fuck that is, right?
Right.
We know that we can't just show up and just boom, it's her and life is happily ever after. We know that we got to work hard to become attractive enough to attract her, and then we got to work even harder to maintain whatever it is that attracted her to keep her. We know this, right? That's what the rat race is for us, for men.
But gee,
Women,
the women fall into the
let me
same catch
finish.
too.
They
They got
don't.
all these
They don't.
they got all
No,
these
they
younger
don't.
women
No,
out
they
here
don't. Let me
willing to do
finish.
shit
Let me
that you ain't
finish.
out
Let me
here doing. You
finish.
don't
Let me
think women
finish.
look
Let
at
me
that
finish.
same scenario?
No, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
You older now,
Women,
so you
right?
got a few little standards with yourself. Yeah, I'm
Let me
just saying that
finish,
everybody
man.
fall into that same 22 category.
No, it's not the same thing. What you're saying and what I'm saying is not the same thing, right? Period. Right. Now, with women, right, what happens with women is women are taught from a little girl, right, that you deserve a prince. You are a princess and you deserve a prince, right? And so you guys kind of go through out your entire life kind of having this idea, this dream, this fairy tale, whatever the fuck you want to call it, this checklist, the perfect man, the high value man, all this pie in the sky ass shit that is the goal, the ultimate goal, right? Now, whether or not you ever think that you're going to achieve the ultimate goal is an entirely different conversation, but the ultimate goal is always in your fucking head, right? What happens is what you said, right? You kind of meet a motherfucker where they are, and they impress you with the themness of them, whatever the fuck that is. Shit you didn't even think about, right? Like what happens with me is chicks trip up on me and they get impressed with what they think of as my level in intelligence. It's not that. It's just my ability to retain information and fucking parrot that shit back out at fucking pertinent fucking times in the conversation. It just
But
makes
Which
me
is
sound
also
like I
not
know more
bullshit
than what the fuck I know, right? You
because
feel
that's
what
an
I'm
actual
saying?
skill.
yeah,
Right.
Skill
Well, what I'm
caps.
saying is that it's not no cap or nothing. It's not like it's no fucking parlor trick. It's something that the average chick didn't expect when you fucking meet me with the baseball cap, the dreads smelling like weed, fucking Nike Cortez on, the little niggas in the liquor store talking about excuse me, OG. You know what I'm saying? She's not expecting to have a motherfucker that could talk about fucking finance and politics and taxes and you know what I'm saying and fucking relationship shit, the shit that we talk about, right? It
She's
kind
not
of
used
kind of
to it.
just trips up on the motherfucker, and then every day that you wake up, you impress with some more shit that you found out that you didn't expect. So I always say that I'm working with a handicap, right? Like golf, right? You expect me to be shooting low. I come in shooting average and shit, right? You think I'm shooting a great game around this motherfucker, right? So I get away with it. I get
A
away
right.
with
lot
that
of shit,
shit,
right?
right?
Right.
I get away with a lot of shit because motherfuckers don't expect me to be, well spoken, articulate, fucking half-ass intelligent, can form a fucking sentence, deductive
Right.
reasoning, any of that kind of shit, right? And then you start throwing in college degrees and certificates and fucking studying law and oh, wait, you did that? Yeah, I'm 57, bitch. What you mean? A whole bunch of motherfuckers 57 did that. Fuck you mean? But it's me. It's the meanness of me. You feel what I'm saying? Ex-con, thug ass nigga, still walking around this motherfucker trying to act like he 30, smoke more weed than my kids. You know what I'm saying? All
And
that
a
kind
little
of shit.
bit, nigga.
Still talk that slick shit too. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
the thing is,
kind
right?
of belies. Hey, Leah, the hell, long time, mama.
What up?
Get down.
My thing is,
Yeah.
I need to ask the mermaid a very serious question, right? So in your surroundings where you at, where did this come from? Where a man has too much masculine energy and not in touch with his female energy?
Where did that come from?
That nigga went esoteric.
It's like, look, I'm saying, it's like
Hey.
it don't exist in you, Nick Nass.
Nigga went.
Can I say this though? I was gonna say that, or hold on. I was gonna say, or you can always better yourself, grind to them 6 figures, and get what the hell you want. If you put yourself in a position to be seen by the people you want to be seen by, then goddamn it, you'll be seen. You know what I'm saying? Don't complain about it. Do something about it. You know what I'm saying?
Again, it's kind of the same thing that I was saying that, young dudes nowadays, 20, 22 years old, niggas ain't thinking about getting no job. Niggas is thinking about moving something, right? Moving
scamming.
Some fucking something.
Niggas is scamming.
Niggas is thinking about
digital pivots.
Niggas is thinking about, making 7 figures by the time they're 30. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas is trying to get 10 million a year.
So they can.
Whereas when I was coming up and I was in the fucking streets, if a nigga was, passing for 200,000 a year, you was balling.
Balling shit. Still right now to this day, if you pass for 200,000 a year, you balling.
You feel? Yeah. So these niggas, they shooting for a whole different something and shit, right? They, our whole thing was to make enough money to kind of buy a house and be comfortable and marry the girl next door and then go get a fucking government job, nigga, and thug it out, nigga, and slowly spend some of that 200,000 like that you stacked up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Live like folks. You know what I'm saying?
I know a couple of motherfuckers like that
but
right now today.
Also, don't get it twisted. All roads lead to the pussy. I'm just saying. You have to, I think that, we put more stock in how we leave the house and representation of our people as to why we look good too, as opposed to just, the pussy is all I was saying by that. But all roads do lead to the pussy because we all know the broke niggas get dirty, crazy smoker pussy. So, don't nobody want that. You know what I'm saying? We grind and shine. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't getting no lawyer. They ain't getting no lawyer cat though.
Right. Well, right. We grind and shine around this bitch. So,
But
only time,
like
only time a thugged out dusty nigga gets some lawyer cooch is when the nigga done caught a case and she done found out that this nigga
got to spend a lot of personal, intimate time with a nigga. Yeah, get to spend a lot of intimate time with a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Come in for them from them pre-trial conferences. You done wrote your own fucking brief up, then briefed the case, citing all the fucking pertinent case law and some more shit. She looking at you like, you did this?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah,
I do some
I'm trying to be free.
Imagine some of these circus tricks I could do around this motherfucker. Right. I know how to balance on one foot too.
Imagine how much I know about that cat though. You think I study law like this? What you think I know about that cat though? You know?
Right.
Well, y'all here for the wrong reasons.
Next thing you know, Vicky White, goddamn it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Well, I know one thing.
Right? Be Vicky Whiting around this motherfucker.
The one
right
thing
quick.
I guess white hoes in Indiana ain't got shit else to do but that.
Hey.
But that.
It's all about positioning, goddamn it.
That was all the shit through the
put me in a place, goddamn it. I'm gonna shine.
Got out of it was the help a motherfucker out for a couple of days. And the killer
and
part
drop
about it is
herself
that,
off.
you know what, the killer part about it is that she was just the dumbest one because he knew he was going back to jail. He just thought that he was able to get out and see sunlight a couple of days. This nigga knew that it was nothing he was going to be able to do with her that was going to sustain. It was going to be harder for him to lay under the fucking cover for years
She,
and not and
she
not and, and
her
not and not be. He knew he was what they had $29,000 less than 30. He knew that wasn't gonna be some shit that he could disappear on for the rest of his fucking life. Was
I
he
mean,
even
What
prepared
happened
to
to the
be?
rest of the money?
Was
They
he
blew through
was he
60
even
racks
prepared
like
to
that?
be? Was he
hey,
even prepared to be that? Like to go off
he
to go
didn't
off
give
the
a fuck. He
radar.
was getting
To,
out.
no.
He didn't
He
give
was
a
no, no,
mad
no, no,
damn.
no, no. He already had life in prison.
Yeah, no, he was getting out. He was escaping. He didn't care. All he was trying to do is
No,
get
no,
out them
no.
gates,
It's
nigga.
nothing
That's
in my
all he was
heart.
tripping
It's
on.
nothing
He
in my
didn't have
heart.
life. He had
That's
50.
nothing in my
Didn't he have
heart that
50
let me
years?
believe that this nigga
Something like
didn't know
that.
he was going back to jail. He was just enjoying a couple of days of freedom. He knew
Nah,
I think
he didn't
niggas
have
don't
enough
escape with
money
intentions
to
on
he
going
didn't
back
even
at all.
Frank.
Niggas don't escape with
He
intentions
ain't,
on going
he
back.
ain't have enough money to
No.
disappear. And if he was gonna
Fucking
disappear,
no.
he was gonna be with her dumb ass.
Niggas
And
don't
90
escape with
grand
intentions
plus
on
some
coming
more
back
shit.
at all. You say that like niggas
No.
run from the
I'm
police
gonna
just
tell
to
you what
walk back
happened.
to them later. Nigga, that's not gonna happen.
Nope.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell you what
believe that
happened,
he thought
Shell.
he was gonna be free out his life. I'm sorry, I don't believe
Shit.
that.
He got out,
I'm gonna
nigga.
tell you what
Yeah.
happened, Shell. I'm gonna tell you what happened because love don't give a fuck who love, right?
Right.
Right,
So
but I don't feel
they
like it was that.
they look. No, I think it. I know it was that. I know
When
for a
he
fact that it
called
was
them
that.
police,
Especially from her
Look,
point of
the
view.
first thing
let
he
me
said
let
was,
me
"I didn't fucking do it."
no. Let me finish. Here, check this. The play was the play from 2 years ago, right? When he first
Mhm.
peeled her. However, they came in contact and got on some getting to talk or whatever and shit, and she became infatuated. They fell in love. This nigga was gone to prison. He'd been gone for 19 months. He ain't been in the same institution with her. This murder, these two murders that they talking about, he's the fucking confessed murderer, that was all the play, right? The play was you there's no way you got 50 to life. There's no way that I could be with you, right? Unless I break you out of this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? And what we're gonna do is it's a murder. It's an unsolved murder. She got all the fucking access to all the fucking shit, all the fucking evidential fucking records. What happened? This, that, and the third. It's an unsolved double homicide. You need to tell them that you either got information on it or that you did it and you're willing to confess. Come down. They gotta bring you back down to the county jail to go to the court. Got to. Niggas been getting back down to the county jail from the penitentiary forever. Forever, ever, right?
I'm gonna show where the
So
body's at.
bring your ass back down to the
Hey.
county jail and shit, right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna 5150 you. We'll make a bunch of erratic statements, this, that, and the third. Seem like you're not here. They're gonna order your ass a psyche valve, and I'm gonna come and take you for the psyche valve. And we out of here. In the meantime, let me liquidate all these assets, sell this house, turn in my retirement just in case they don't figure it out. They'll still break me off my little 900 a month or whatever the fuck. That should just be direct deposited, or whatever. If I can get away with it. And then it was just like, fuck it, let's just go. Let's just go. You here, I'm here. I got this bread. It's already in motion. Let's go. Fuck it. Trust me, I've been in a situation, not like that, but I've been in a situation where a motherfucker was on some shit like trying to maneuver some shit to get me to a certain somewhere so that they could be by. And I was like, wait a minute, bitch, you about to have
Allegedly.
the homies thinking I did some fucked up shit. And nah, I stabbed a motherfucker, got 8 niggas rolled up. We all fixing to go to Mac's house. I stabbed the motherfucker, right? And nobody won't tell. So we all fixing to ride this chain. And this chick is talking about, do you want me to get you out of it? I can get you sent to whoop-de-whoop outside the gate.
No.
You'll just be at the camp. Hell no, you got me fucked up.
Yeah. How you got it?
I don't know if you understand the politics around this bitch, but no. Fuck no.
Oh girl was
shit out with the homies.
Girl was so enchanted.
Bitch.
Oh, girl was so enchanted by what the fuck old boy's talking about that she literally dropped herself off, nigga, at the pearly gates. Like, I'm not gonna wait for nothing else.
Well, let me
I'm
say,
finna
well,
drop
that was
myself
just,
That's
off,
where
nigga.
that's where I
that's
think
just
the
knowing
fuck
that
shit
you
was.
wasn't gonna survive. That's just knowing you wasn't gonna
I
survive in
think
jail. Yeah.
That's
they gonna
crazy.
do
I
that.
don't know if that's love, but I
They
do
gonna
know
do
that
shit to
shit's
her.
Nah,
crazy.
she wasn't gonna.
She ain't, she
She
ain't gonna
knew once they
survive by
took
going crazy or some shit, but
she
she would have
was
survived.
gonna
She would have
survive. They got
survived
Yeah,
just
caught.
like
jail
every
ain't that harsh for
everybody else.
women. Yeah,
Martha
that shit
Stewart
ain't. Yeah,
survived. Shit.
right.
Fuck we
She'd have
talking about? She ain't
survived
Yeah.
going nowhere. It just would have been a culture shock, but she would have
So why she
got through
killed
that shit
herself?
like every other bitch that come through
because
that
she was in
motherfucker.
love and
She
she wasn't
killed
trying to be
herself
without
because
that
that
nigga.
was the pact.
Nah,
And
niggas
that's
love
why I
to
say
make you do
there
all
was the
that.
fuck shit. And here's where you're gonna see K Mac stand on some. The nigga was on some fuck shit. The nigga was a bitch ass, hoe ass
Yeah, because
nigga.
he wasn't with that bitch
Because
like
they
that in the
had a
first place.
pact. That's what they said. We gonna shoot it down, but we gonna take as many of these motherfuckers as we
Bonnie and
can.
Clyde.
And then
Bonnie
the
and
car
Clyde.
got
Yep.
flipped over.
Well, that's why I said they
And,
always knew they
and
was gonna get caught. They was just trying to fight it till they could.
no,
Yeah,
caught. It was we gonna go out like Bonnie and Clyde. Everybody dying in this bitch.
but he didn't.
That was what the plan was, and he was a bitch ass nigga and didn't go through with it.
Yeah.
Left her
Right.
holding the bag,
Right.
head bag,
Literally at the pearly
literally.
gates. Nigga.
So it was
At
Yeah.
supposed to be
at the
some Romeo and Juliet shit.
No,
yeah,
but
it
I believe
was.
that them blowing through. I believe that them blowing through that
Yeah,
60 racks was the reason why they got hit
I
on so
always
fast.
knew
If
he
they'd
knew
have
he was
worked
going
that
to
money
kill.
right,
He wasn't
they
gonna
could have
kill it.
stayed out a whole lot longer. But they was just like, fuck it. You like you said, you out, I'm out, let's go. And then blowing through that money like they did, like you said, well, I wonder what happened to that money. That's what got their asses caught. I
It was
bet you.
only 29,000.
They
I
followed the
don't know
money,
what
nigga.
No,
you
but
live on that.
she sold the house for 90,000. The day before she took all the cash out the
Now,
bank, 90K
yeah, now
the
she
day
now
before.
what was done with she put her retirement in, but she was never gonna get that when she went on a run with him.
Right.
No, but
Well,
they
I
had
think
a whole bunch of dough. And like I said,
oh
when
yeah, they had bread.
they got
They had
together,
more
they
than
was just like
29. They had 29,000 in the car
when
when
they
the
got
car
caught.
flipped.
Yeah, they had. I think that them spending
What
that
happened
money
to
is
the
what
other
got them caught up.
61? What
They
happened to
followed
the
that
other
to that
61? They
shootout.
was only gone for 11 days.
They
Right.
followed that to that pack,
Yeah.
That's
nigga.
6,000 a
That's
day.
that's what got their asses caught.
I would have got. You could have
I'm
bought a
telling you, they
plane for
followed
I
the
that.
don't.
money.
And
I couldn't spend 6,000 a day, and I smoke heavy top grade cannabis.
Yeah, but
I would
they
have
was
got
trying to
somebody
actually
vote.
live on the run. They probably
I
getting
couldn't trick
expensive
that off
ass
in the
rooms.
fucking
They probably
strip
doing
club.
all types of stupid
No, you
shit.
can't do that, Frank. I would have hopped on. Look, somebody would have had some kind of boat. I'd have went right over to Canada or Alaska somewhere.
Well, that's
I
You
what
know
I'm
mean,
what I'm
they
saying. You
saying?
could
probably,
have worked
I mean,
that
they
Jump
money
on
a
probably.
that
whole
boat
lot
for
I
better.
mean,
for 100
I ain't
grand.
gonna lie. They probably
Wait,
should have made it to the
wait,
border. Yeah,
You could have
I
worked that
probably.
money a whole lot
wait,
better.
Nick. This is all the way off subject. I just got. I gotta just say you gonna die too, nigga. Do you remember we went to the strip club? We ain't gonna say who we went with. The motherfucker pulled out a whole wad of money that wasn't theirs, right? Money that came from somewhere else, and tried to tip the chick and tip the chick. Tipped her a dub and tried to climb on stage to get the dub back.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
know I
Not
thought
that's
that
that
was
one,
a
fucked
bitch.
up.
story.
Yeah, not that one, bitch. Not that one. Not that one. No, I'm leave that one back. Let
No,
me get
yeah,
that back.
but it was
Let me
a
get that
This
back.
nigga
Let
full
me
was
get that
drag.
back.
all over the tape. This nigga was all over the front tape and shit, nigga, trying to get the dub back.
Oh shit! I
Wow.
thought
Bouncer
I was
talking
getting
about, hey,
changed.
hey,
Where
hey,
my
hey,
change
hey,
at?
back up,
Where
brother.
my change at, bitch?
I feel
Where my
like I know
change?
who y'all talking about.
Where my change?
I probably don't, but I feel like I do know who y'all talking about.
Yeah, it was
You
tough.
probably do.
Once across the
Feel like
face.
I
You
know who
probably
y'all
do.
talking about.
Bro, bitch.
It was a
I was
bad day.
expecting change back. This is some bullshit. I need 19 of them back.
No, you
Let me
couldn't
get
even.
that
You
back.
just have to walk to
That
the
shit
back
was
of the club.
hilarious. Shout out to
No,
my
you
nigga.
couldn't
Needed
even go
his
to the front of the
19 back.
stage
He
no
wasn't
more.
playing with your ass.
Yeah, it needed that 19. Let me get. Hold on, that was the wrong one. Okay, well let me
We
get
let you
19
do this
back
shit in
then.
slow
Nope.
increments.
Yeah, well let
We
me get
let you do
19
this
back
shit in
then. That's all.
increments.
I didn't mean that. That was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. Let me get that back. Let me get that back. Run that back. Run that back.
Nah,
Y'all wrong.
it was
Y'all
no
wrong for
go.
Motherfucker
this
had
shit.
one knee
That was a
on the
loss.
Y'all so
stage, my
wrong for
nigga.
this. Y'all
It
wrong
was.
for this.
It
That
was
nigga was
already
all
gone.
cold and everything.
Y'all wrong.
That
Y'all wrong.
was right there.
Y'all
That's
wrong.
Jackie Prince.
hilarious. That's funny,
Why?
The
bro.
funny part
Matt,
is when Nick just said something, I remember, but I thought it was Nick. I said, Nick, and I thought, no, it wasn't Nick. Nick was just there.
Nah.
you had to put the seat back and just leave. I'm like, man, never again. No etiquette at all. Like, yeah, your picture was behind
and we
the
was in a
bar.
nigga club too. We was in
Yeah.
like King Henry's, nigga, on Crenshaw
Knowing he
and
wasn't,
139th.
knowing he
nigga.
wasn't about that life.
You wasn't finna
No.
get that 20 back, nigga, regardless.
No, he was over the gate. Like it was like in a horse race, the horse took off. Like
Nigga, you could go tell the manager and all this shit. You ain't finna get that 20 back,
Yeah.
nigga, regardless.
Yeah, rewind the camera. Rewind
Yeah,
the
man,
camera.
alone.
They gonna put your ass out of it. You might get manhandled up in this motherfucker.
Man, you not getting that back,
They
regardless.
got hood security in this motherfucker, and we ain't in the right
Hey.
hood. How about that?
Huh.
Look, but the thing is, right? Once it's in the air like this, poof, it's gone.
Yeah, that's gone, bro. You fucked around. Yeah,
It's
you
free
fucked
game,
around.
Mark
We
right?
fucked around.
That's a done data.
Yo bad, right.
Smart Bill.
Yo bad.
You
nigga.
can't make it rain on the stage and then go back and be like, pick them all up afterwards. Like,
Not all of them,
That
just
nigga
19
is
of them, baby. You can have that one.
That nigga
No.
crippled.
Not all of them, just 19,
And
baby.
at
You
the
can have that
time,
one.
making it rain.
No, it's a drought in California.
and
Y'all
that's
ain't heard
your
it's a
kick,
drought.
and that was the game plan.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make
that's
it rain
funny
first,
as
and
fuck.
hopefully these niggas gonna make
I
it rain
used to do
after
that
me.
shit all the
And
time.
then right.
That was all part. That's all part of the game.
That was
Nigga,
used to
come
set off,
from the
man.
bar and shit. My baby mama be coming down that pole. I
That's what
come
I
off
said.
the
That's
bar and
part
shit
of the
with
plan,
about
right.
51s.
Used to
Just
set
walk
off,
away
man.
from the fucking stage, go back to the bar, go back to the pool table. Nigga be like, what the fuck? That's how the old nigga doing it? Yeah, nigga.
Fuck
get up
that old
temper.
nigga.
What
Let
the
me
fuck?
get 101.
Right.
Right.
Allegedly.
Right.
That's
What
how
you
we
mean
used to do it.
allegedly? Nigga, I'm setting it
Ain't no
off.
alleged, nigga.
I mean, I went.
I'm-
Oh,
I'm
nigga,
saying,
I got a
man.
strip club story, nigga. I was in a strip club where two bitches get into a fight over a nigga, and the nigga the only motherfucker that end up bleeding. How about that?
Wow.
How that happened?
All right, this way
Wow.
off topic.
The funniest shit in the world, nigga.
We've come to the end.
Back to
Yeah, you-
back to
Oh, she put the
back to the
nickname.
black woman fuckery.
right.
Back to the black woman fuckery.
No. We're not doing that.
It's been nice, y'all. I gotta get
hit
on the
y'all every
highway.
once in a while.
That's
Y'all be talking about I be
hilarious.
mansplaining. Look, they got the 16-year-old talking about I be mansplaining. What the fuck?
I told
Hey.
you that was my
Indoctrination
You
shit
do
y'all
be
been doing over there.
mansplaining. You do be
I don't even know what
mansplaining.
that
You be
is.
backtracking.
What do you mean by
I'm a man.
mansplaining? Though? How does that work?
Fucking
I'm gonna
man,
give my
I
niece.
gotta
I'm
fucking
gonna
explain.
give my.
And
niece
I'm explaining. So what's the
explain.
difference? So what you woman explain or you just complain? How that work?
Hey, fellas, I
Yeah.
guess we gotta get into with our feminine side.
I
So
don't,
that's the
I don't,
going.
man.
You can
I
go
mean,
ahead.
you
I don't
know,
have that
You do
inside
that
of
and
me.
tell
So
me how it works out.
right? How that works
don't have-
out.
How
Let me
about
know
we
how
don't
y'all
and we
meet.
Just say we did.
Let me know how y'all meet. Let me know how it go between y'all.
How about,
You and your
how
feminine side.
about we don't and we just say we did, brother?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in touch with it over there.
I have no idea what it is. You know what I'm saying? Look,
My
I tell you,
feminine
I
side
have no
sleep on the
idea
other
what
side
it
of
is.
the bed,
I know you
brother.
don't.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's all I got.
No. It was just hilarious to
I
me
don't know.
because I don't know this person at all. Right? And they was like, you just too. I was like, hey, I don't think it don't exist to you at all. I said, well, I never try to go look for it. How about that? Ain't gonna
Hey,
change.
man. I'm all
Yeah,
types of
but
men around
I
here.
couldn't
I've been
Feminine
feeling
sides
myself
for women.
talking to a
Imagine
tree.
me with a feminine side. I'm crazy as a motherfucker as it is with my male side. If I had a feminine
Man.
side, you know how bonkers I would be? I would be Shell.
I own it.
That's okay. You got good company.
Yeah, feminine sides are for females. I mean, so I don't have one though.
Shell, you are my
Yeah, I
feminine
don't have
side.
one.
My feminine
I know.
sides are my daughters. How about that?
When
There
I
you
need
go.
to,
Yes,
when
in
I
fact, I
need
got
to hear
3 of
all
them.
that fuck shit, all I do is fucking say some shit that I know Shell gonna get on my head about.
Who raised you?
I
Where you
already
come from?
know.
Who your people is? I like it. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here to get on this highway.
Nah, man, be safe on the highway, homeboy.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
for sure.
how about we close the fucking show, Mr. Nick Nass? You closing shows and you even getting
Hey.
shorter now. Damn, nigga, you
Hey,
ain't even give
you
no
know what I'm saying?
outro.
Well,
It's
we
like, I'm out of here, nigga. Like
You act like we've been on here constantly for the last 5 years or something, man. We got to get in this.
This is a whole professional podcast, nigga.
You know what I'm
Remember
saying?
that. In any event,
Well, when I have to mansplain.
right. In any event, me and the Piranhas, we want to thank everybody for joining us live on YouTube and Facebook. Like, share,
Facebook.
subscribe. Y'all know the biz. If you joined us on the Facebook side of the game, jump over to the YouTube side of the game and give us a sub over there. Always helps out. If you catch us on either platform on a replay, leave a comment to show up in real time. Nick always likes that. Also, jump over to the Clubhouse side of the game. Look for the Piranha Pond and join the club over there. Click that greenhouse. Got a little joint over there where we do the same thing. We welcome everybody to come up on stage and talk your shit.
Talk it.
Y'all know how we do. As usual, y'all know what it is, what it has been, and what it always will be. We are the Piranha Pond live at 5/7 Central. That's what we have been. And now we are